That's going to volley it off. This gives away the indication, though. They should know he's here. They do with the knife. CW! He goes through.
In the same place there. Cbble just jumping. Catching into the side. He's going to fall down again. What is it?
Snacks. Does find one. As he dances back and forth between the box. What a shot. What in God's name is that from Snacks?
Caravan drops him and falling. He turns back on. Takes a second as well. And the third. That's going to be the Queen's go there. Oh, what are you doing?
These opening smokes are going to. They are putting one down at the very start of this round, but it's Convict just creating the edge. Oh, switches up! Convict!
They're going to move in, and once again, very quickly, they've tried it before. They're going to quick shut down time after time again. Automatic!
The left side. First shot's very easy. Knows that they're on the right. Lovely shot and get right with the aim.
Towards challenging towards Connector. Sick shot from Kenny. And again.
The opponents were being that passive style, but now you can see Scream doesn't care anymore. Scream's doing the no respect. 4 quick headshots and the ace. That's beautifully done. That is sick.
The North Lion will clash with the Polish Polar Bear in just a moment, but first we have to see how it's going over in the Danish clash. Yes, Heroic and North have gone into overtime on an explosive nuke. See what I did there? Because nukes explode.
Lovely.
In case you didn't get it, that was an explanation. And also to explain the Counter-Strike, I have, of course, Sponge and Natu, one of which is shaking his head at me. I'm sorry. You're a dad. I can make dad jokes, no?
You should be making all of the dad jokes.
Yeah.
I'm out.
You got any good jokes for us, Natu?
Eh?
You got any good jokes for us?
I'm finished. I don't do jokes.
What about your Counter-Strike performance? That was a joke at the time. Let's get into it, though. North Heroic. Here we are. We're just going to quickly jump into the overtime, assuming it does continue. The casters are waiting in the wings. I think we just quickly here to set the scene, right? I mean, from what I understand, Heroic, this is a surprise to see Heroic going this far versus arguably the stronger side.
It's Nuke and it's a domestic matchup, whereas I tend to argue that the domestic matchup doesn't matter as much anymore because you see these players not playing, especially in the Polish scene. But with the Danes, it's still kind of incestuous in the sense of they've been mixing rosters in the last year to get to these positions, and they've all definitely played with each other. Yeah. And I know Snappy likes to do his homework and play to other teams' strengths. So I think Nuke's a great matchup.
And a very young lineup in Heroic as well. You have Yugi, Nico, Valde, all like new breed in the Danish scene.
It actually could be over in 10 seconds.
That could be all right. And
so we could be witnessing it right now. Hey, Chad, how's that casting going?
I haven't worked on it at all.
Oh, well, that's it. That is Heroic picking up the victory. No need for the casters just yet. Heroic causing an upset, and now your point stands. Domestic rivalry, or excuse me, a domestic matchup where that you know an opponent much more than you would perhaps outside of that, and a new addition to the map pool. That's your takeaway from that.
Yeah, and it's something which is a strength of North, so you can look to exploit their weaknesses or look for weaknesses in the way that they approach the map. And when you have an in-game leader like Snappy, who's been playing the game for such a long time, he's got a pretty good scope on how to do that.
And Marty as well. I mean, he's been around the block, right?
Yeah.
For the longest.
Almost as long as you.
Almost. Not quite.
As long. Not quite.
Still rookie.
I do think it's not surprising to some people who have been keeping their eye on Heroic that they can cause severe upsets. I think they're in the same category as Immortals, as they've had time to prepare. They're capable individuals, and it's best of ones. All of these correlate to results like Immortals, results like Heroic.
You throw Cloud9 in that little pool as well, and those three teams are definitely in the upset potential. And Immortal showed yesterday that those teams who are there to upset can actually make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the best of ones, and beauty, I guess, in the sense that things can go that way where you don't expect them to. You're always going to find that middle ground in terms of maps. And in that matchup, I believe Heroic only got 6 rounds on the CT side as well. So
you're correct.
They've done pretty well on the T side.
Not too shabby. I mean, we get to take a look at that scoreboard as well, and you may be confused. Yes, that is another Nico dropping the top of the scoreboard.
They keep coming.
I can't wait if we ever get Heroic versus FaZe. That's going to be really fun for the casters, just watching them squirm.
And then there's a Danish Nico as well from back in the day as well.
With a C.
With a C, yeah. So
Nico, and Nico.
That would be a great roster.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah, good luck, have fun. Yeah, Nico with a 0 does get Nico with a capital N versus Nico with a capital K. It's going to be a 3v. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Anyway, got to stop talking nonsense and instead just talk through those scores just a little bit. Does look like we're seeing a severe underperformance at the bottom of the scoreboard. I can't see it because my monitor sucks. I think it's Cajun B. Dropping 35 ADR. That's like in the grand scheme of things, a very low.
And I mean, North is a team we all praise for a great nuke as well.
Yeah, I actually had a point that I was going to do for the next game if it was nuke, which I could probably do now if we
drop it.
We
Yeah,
can
drop it
work
like
it
it's
up
hot.
on the telestrator.
Oh, I like it.
Can we go there?
We can start queuing it up. I don't think we can get it instantly.
Okay. Well, you see that Config has such a strong performance there, right? So he's a player on nuke that likes to play relatively aggressive in that yard area, and he has Cajun B supporting him with the ult.
Sometimes too aggressively.
Well, yes.
Remember the Na'Vi game they played?
Yeah.
When Na'Vi hadn't played nuke at all? And
Him
then
and Magix, they tend to like to push it to the limits, right? So they take it as far as they can. But that yard area as terrorists to take can be very difficult, especially if you have people playing aggressive with the rifles, pushing up and making it a nuisance when those smokes come in.
So what were you going to explain? It does sound like we're almost ready to show.
Okay.
So
what I was going to explain was the positions that you have to clear as a terrorist to deal with players like Config, right?
Okay.
We've got a bit of an overview of outside on nuke right now. So if you come up on silo or if you come out here in the normal yard area without using smokes and you have a player like Config who likes to play up close behind the T-red box, he also likes to play up in this little area here. I don't know what we want to call that.
He does always find himself there, though.
Yeah, and these aggressive spots are very difficult because if you're going up on silo or if you're coming here on the floor, you also have to be worried about AWPers in the far areas of the map, like here in the warehouse or up on the catwalk, or even picking from secret late. And that's what Cajun and Config do very well. He's able to get into a very forward position, and when the execute does come in, he's always going to find one, and then Cajun's able to support and make it so they're looking at him and potentially pick up multi-frags. Something else which is very annoying about taking yard on nuke, if you use your smokes and flashes to maybe like smoke off the warehouse or Molotov secret, even if you do that, you have to make sure you take that territory off them because the CTs can face late round. You can always come up secret from rotating through vent even after the utility's been used, and the Ts are expecting it to be clear because that's what their utility was used for. If you don't actually take that ground, you're going to find yourself getting punished mid to late round.
But I mean, there is also, there is a default within, the competitive community that almost you have to throw yard smokes, right? This is
you have to at least
necessity.
create an illusion that you're utilizing that part of the map because that's when the CTs are going to have to be wary of there. And then you've seen a lot of teams do an upper push right after they just smoke the yard or utilize the smoke to just go down secret, and then they'll have separate set of nades they'll use for the lower bomb side to take over it. So yeah, I think it is a necessity in the sense that it just gives you too much information if there's nothing going on the yard.
So let's call that corner shadow, just because it is bathed
a bit of
in
shadow there.
Yeah. So let's assume then that that's the basis behind Config's play, right?
He wants to get to one of these forward positions.
Information.
Not only does it give them information, it also, any form of outside strategy, which we just touched on was extremely important, can be disrupted. And there's other things which you can see him do. When it's so quiet, he just goes for a cheeky little push and finds a guy holding a smoke on the roof and gets caught with his pants down. And that's a nice little way to start the round.
All wall banging. Nuke has started to get back to, well, not where it was at 1.6, but we're seeing Mixwell was doing some kooky lineups. We've seen teams starting to find ways.
They're looking for new ways to innovate and spam those players out of spots in topside. He almost hit one when we were watching it the other day.
I think he legged him.
Yeah,
it was
quite good to see.
Yeah, Nuke is on its way to being, not evolving, but indeed getting developed to the point we've seen other maps reach a long time ago. We're going to be talking more about Nuke if it does crop up in that veto. That's still on the way, but we can turn our attention to the pre-match now, where we're going to be seeing North play yet again. If I ask for your current take on North, Jona, what would you say? What do you think of what was the Dignitas now very exciting investment from FC Copenhagen? How has this roster been doing in your books?
Well, I mean, they had the super high of winning Epic Center last year, right? And then ever since, it's been a bit of a struggle. And I mean, the fact that Rubino left the team, was it his own willingness? Apparently it was, and now bringing in AZ. An upgrade in the sense of individual skill, but it's yet to be seen how to mesh up together as a team. But I feel like I think the way they construct their gameplay is very good. Like they have their fundamentals very well down, and in a sense, they can always be the team that will challenge one of the top contenders. But ever since Epic Center, I don't think they've really found their footing in consistently being able to beat teams that are above them in terms of world rankings. Even though they've been very close. For example, VP here at the major, third map, Cobblestone, they were up massively, but then it went on to lose on Cobblestone like 13-16. I think they got 12-3 on first half as well. So they do build themselves the opportunities, but then falter in that last bit.
And what's crazy about that is that they could have won that series. If that Cobble had been converted, they won the next map. They won cash. So that would have been a like that would have been like the result, which again reaffirms that epicenter hype that was born. It was after Moscow where the hype was born, wouldn't you say, Chad?
Yeah, I think after that event, they kind of overscheduled, or they fell into a trap of maybe playing too many tournaments. They got a bit run down from all the travel and stuff. And as a very young team, it's something that's difficult to deal with. You know, you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds who maybe haven't done a lot in their life, and it can take a lot out of you, you know, being away from family and friends. I think they realized that. There was also another thing when we're touching on with AZ coming into the roster. It was said that Config was going to actually take more of a lurker passive role, which was sometimes what Rubino was doing. You don't really see that on the CT side, but maybe a little bit more on that T side. I think AZ is a great addition because there's a lot of space that Rubino has created for MSL as well. Seems like he's much more confident in his own play style. He's willing to be maybe more aggressive and take risks that he wouldn't have before. And we're seeing a lot better performance out of him, especially in Vegas.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not just the sensitivity. Hopefully, you know, the team being stronger overall is helping his confidence and his in-game leading ability. But like that match they just lost then, it's going to be, I guess, hard for them to deal with going straight into VP now because all these matches are so cutthroat.
But then again, I mean, it seems like it's a bit of a trend now for North to lose the first game, right? I mean, and they lost against Optic in Vegas as well, and then still went on to go into the playoffs. So, I mean, they seem to be a little bit of a slow starter.
Yeah, I mean, their Vegas run to the semifinals was Complexity, Gambit, and Optic.
And also Major, I think they were in trouble, weren't they? To start things off, they were in a tough situation.
Did they reverse sweep? I think they
did. Yeah, they were 2-0. They were 2 down first 2 games, and then
they've shown resilience.
Yeah,
I think it's just a question of what the answers Katowice can provide for North is about where we place them in this kind of top tier. We find ourselves, so we know whenever we have a discussion, who's going to win this? Who's the favourites for the tournament? North won't be there. It's typically your Astralis, your SKs, your VPs, and maybe your Navis if they're playing as they are here in Katowice. Yeah. And then North is always just second on that list. It's like they could beat anyone.
I think they're definitely in the top 6 in the world right now, and they have that not upset potential, but like you're saying, potential to beat everybody. That's definitely there, right? And they're building towards that. When you have players like Magix and Config on your team, you've just had AZ as the addition, and then Cajun, MSO playing better. It's a very exciting prospect. We're just yet to see it come to fruition, and this would actually be a very good chance for them to do that. The problem I see with them and VP and also SK, all in the same group, is they're better in best of 3s. They have deep map pools. They would never lose a series to Heroic in a best of 3. Well, 9 out of 10 times, right? Because they have a much deeper map pool. They've got a lot more to rely on. Fundamentals and performances across the map would be more consistent. So those 3 teams in the best of ones are having a rough time, and we're seeing that already.
Yeah, and of course they're going up against Virtus Pro, Yona. I mean, this is one of the opponents I can imagine would cause a bit of a spanner in the works for North and their style of play.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the VP is so good at pacing themselves differently, you know, playing aggressively when need be, and when Snacks is on, you know, it's very hard to read on the exact things that he's doing. Like we saw, like the way they like innovate and do things, like for example on Train, they did a little boost on Ali, how much information he got in that first game against Navi. Even he only got like 1 kill in that, but still the amount of information he only gained from there. So it's a bit of a, you know, it's going to be another testament if this VP is going to become a bit of a monster for North.
That's my question, right? I mean, you watched that Train game. Yeah, we analysed it as well, and they conceding a convincing 16-9 loss to Navi. Is that out of character for the Virtus Pro we saw in Vegas, or is this something that you can easily see them just shrugging off and getting in front of that Spodek crowd?
I don't think you think about it too much. I mean, they just had a tough T side this time around, only picking up 1 round. It's usually their bread and butter, and they're really good at pressurizing their opponents. But Navi did a tremendous job of playing aggressive at the right points in time, right before VP wanted to apply that pressure. So I thought it was more Navi just playing well in that CT side, more than VP just being weak.
And VP, of course, did look astoundingly good over in Vegas. A reminder of the scouts they took, the likes of Fnatic, Astralis, SK, a full 3 maps with the SK Astralis games and winning all of them. Like, that was really the gauntlet for being thrown down. And they're just here to lock that best team in the world tag here in Katowice.
I think it's between Astralis and them at the moment, obviously. Whoever wins this event would probably, you know, get that crown. I would say, with the way that the last, you know, 4 months, 5 months have gone, that's definitely the way that I'd be heading. The thing which I really like is the nuances that VP have in the way they address different teams they verse on different maps, like how much versatility they have in being able to pick up 2 AWPs on the T side, or to have multiple different AWPers across the map. So it's not like how you'd go, oh, we've got a star AWPer in Alu from FaZe, for example. We want him to go kill a guy, so we're going to send him to this area and he's going to do it. It's like, well, this is the area that I normally default at. I know how it's played. I know all the little ins and outs on it. So Pasha, it's your spot. You go for that frag, or they can drop that up to Neo. They can drop that up to Snacks. They have so much versatility in their roster. And when I started watching that train game earlier and Taz was on fire, I was like, okay, well, business as usual. They just picked up where they left off. I think hopefully this is just a trip for them, and they're going to be back on it, like you said, shrug it off, because we need to see them in this arena.
Oh, absolutely. I think for anyone that's coming, they're going to be crossing their fingers and toes for Virtus.pro in the SPO deck, but they have to pick this win up, considering they could very fall into the similar fate and footfall we've already seen to get the better of some. SK, of course, 0-2 here in Group B as well. Should Virtus.pro fall, we could have a very crazy outlook if this trend continues.
Yeah, Heroic North and
Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Oh, Cloud9.
Don't giggle. Don't you giggle.
I like seeing Stewie and Automatic playing well.
Yeah.
Those two guys, when we saw them in Brazil, they
very
were nuts.
entertaining. Yeah, very entertaining for sure.
Yeah, except every time I try and bring up the Cloud9 success in Sao Paulo, I have every analyst just shrug it off and say, yeah, it was an anomaly. We're not going to see that again. And they need to make roster changes. That's like the discussion that keeps getting dropped on me. And we'll come back to that when it is Cloud9. Let's not get hung up. Okay. The logo is just there. We'll be talking more about them. They are stuck in a group of CS big dogs. In fact, you know how we just saw that little interaction between Taz and Cage, and that was the veto going down, and some smiles on both teams' faces. So I'm intrigued to know how that one did go down. Let's start the discussion, though. How do you see a North VP veto play out? I mean, what are the guarantees, Chad?
I thought it was going to be Nuke.
Okay.
So I just getting to the end of the video, I thought it was going to be Nuke. I don't know what it is. I just thought it was going to be Nuke.
It's just
they're
happened.
just doing it live. So I actually, maybe Inferno could be like one that could come into the mix right now. I don't know if VP would want it to go there because they would be considered the favorite in the matchup.
Yeah.
But the thing is, on all these other maps, it's all like almost like a sleeper. How much of North prepared for that matchup specifically? How much of VP prepared for that matchup specifically? Maybe you let it go through to a weird map like Inferno, a new one in the system that people haven't built up a big enough repertoire onto Counter-Strike.
Didn't we see North fail on Inferno? It was Optic.
Yeah.
And was it AZ's words in the interview? It was a Joker pick. It didn't work, and that was kind
MSL.
of the bottom line. MSL, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, the thought process always has to be that when you're the favorite, you don't want to go into the map that is not 100% comfortable for you, because it is always going to be a risk.
It does look like the vetoes are coming through. However, I'm just going to have to really squint.
Good luck, Alex.
This one
if you can see that.
No idea.
What's in there?
No idea. Inferno looks like the first band, so
I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, where is it?
Train and Mirage are going to be following that one. So Train, Mirage, Inferno gone. You're not far off with this nuke potentially. We've got Overpass left in, Cobble still left in. There is no doubt, Yona, that Cobble should be eliminated, right? The VP should not be given this strength.
Well, for sure, considering the strength they've shown in the recent history, right? So
they think all their Christmases have come at once if they got Cobble, actually.
Yeah,
you think so?
True.
Well, the way that North have dropped off away from that map since Cajuns joined the team, unless they've done a lot of work on it in a week, you definitely wouldn't want to be playing that map.
And it does look like Nuke's gone.
Well,
North were given the choice.
I couldn't be more wrong again.
Well, I mean, no.
That's the life being here.
Left in your defense.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this has to be the case of them just having played Nuke and just not feeling it or something.
It's been back and forth between these two teams on Nuke. I think like they've each beaten each other maybe once on it with similar rosters, for at least on the North side of things.
But don't we consider North to be one of the strongest Nuke teams, right? It was the map that they innovated on, and VP. That would have been a clash that made sense to me. Virtus.pro,
Alex.
Virtus.pro had an incredible success record on Cobble.
I mean, last time around, you had North just nullifying Virtus.pro on CT's side. Right?
Yeah.
A VP who's known for, Yanko went through their B splits, and just the way they managed to make it super hard for the CTs to hold, just for the fact that how well they attack simultaneously from multiple angles to a bomb side, which then creates a chaos effect, and it's just hard. In that game, I mean, it was a possibility for North to really keep them and managing to create openings all the time, having the man advantage for the most of it. Right. So that's a good thing for them.
Okay, and just give me that team name because the casters and the players are ready.
I mean, it is VP on Cobble right now. It's going to be VP.
I think the stats men lead towards VP.
All right. Well, with that said, will it be North's chance to prove that they are still worth their salt over on Cobblestone? This was a team that forged their dynasty, that forged, stamped their stamp of authority on Counter-Strike on Cobble. They moved away from it since Cajun arrived. VP are rocking it. It's time to find out with your casters. Henry and Sado are waiting to jump into this one.
How did
North.
this happen?
How did this happen? Now, I know North's had some decent results on it, but not since Daisy's joined, not necessarily in a while, and Virtus.pro are more than at home on this map. In fact, I think they actually physically live here.
Well, do you remember the last time we saw this matchup at the E-League Major? It was Virtus.pro versus North, like you said, with Rubino instead of AZ. But the North guys went 12-3 up on the CD side with a godlike performance from Aegis Boy. He actually ended up dropping almost 40 frags, I think, and then they only got a single round in the second half and ended up 13-1, one of those crippling defeats I've seen in a quarterfinal at a Major before. That was hard to watch, but obviously AZ coming in, these guys looking to be on an upward trajectory right now, but you're absolutely right. Virtus.pro, I think they'll be very happy. The fact they've ended up on not Nuke, that was the final map, but Cobblestone. And yeah, you've got to think that they're certainly going to be the favourites going into this one. North off the back of defeat against Heroic as well. It's not looking too great for them. There's the new boy AZ on your screen right now. At one point, considered one of the hottest properties in CSGO when he's in Dignitas.
Yeah, when it was Cluj. He had a crazy, they went out in groups 0-2, and he had a crazy tournament. That was when he left for then Kingwin G2, becoming FaZe, and never really materialized beyond that.
It's like he didn't live up to the hype. Like he was the absolute superstar of that Dignitas lineup. But here he is, back at it again with MSL and co. MSL have been playing pretty well recently, if you have to say, Matt, considering he was considered an in-game leader, not a big fragger. His performances recently suggest that, well, from what I've heard, he's changed his sensitivity, and that seems to be contributing to his recent good form. But we'll see what happens here against Virtus.pro. Just to look back at that previous game as well, on Cobblestone, I remember it was a Majors boy who got the ace on the CT pistol round, like to really kick things off there with an absolute bang at the Major. That was really cool. Whether we can replicate that form, I'm not so sure. As Virtus.pro, they always just seem so good in this map. Regardless of form, you can never count them out of this one. And they have suffered a defeat today against Na'Vi on train.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If Virtus.pro now fall and go 0-2, that would leave SK 0-2, Virtus.pro 0-2, North 1-1 because they just lost in overtime to Heroic. Cloud9 1-0 last I checked. I think they're in the midst of a game or
about to start one.
Yeah, so it's what a group of death, just group of upsets.
Well, this is CSGO in a nutshell right now, isn't it? You think on paper, okay, this looks very clean cut. These are the best teams. These guys could upset, but right now, Cloud9 beating SK, I don't think anyone saw that coming. That was pretty exciting, especially on Nuke as well. Congratulations to those guys. That's a really cool result for them to pick up. But Virtus.pro versus North, VP certainly the favourites, especially after North crashing against Heroic, another underdog of the group. But Cajun B, apparently, didn't get to watch the game. I heard he performed pretty poorly. He seems to have like either very good games or very subpar. Like he's like one or the other with this lineup. I don't think he feels completely comfortable in that kind of full-time AWP responsibility. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully he can perform today. Always a fan of him. Always has the potential to go off in these big games. The oldest player of the team. I think he's been around a while now. Back in the days as a Source, he's about 27 years old, I think. One of the veterans of the team, surrounded by a lot of youngsters.
Yeah, absolutely. Has to bring leadership into this roster. No question about that. Speaking of experience and age, it's the oldest and most experienced team to go against, so you definitely have to serve the mental game in that aspect. Headsets off isn't encouraging, but hopefully we'll get that underway shortly.
Indeed.
In the group stage gymnasium.
I believe the night plan has been completed. So it will be Virtus.pro starting on the CT side, which is where things went oh so wrong for North in that previous encounter. Only got one round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
This was a map, though, when they were Dignitas, right? This is when they really came on my radar when I was watching them play Cobblestone. That's when they looked really strong. They kind of like influenced how the map should be played and how they were so good at getting long A and middle control, forcing the CTs back and then going back to executions. They were really, really good at it. But recently, it seems like it's dropped out of their favor. They don't play it as much anymore, which is strange considering how good they were with Dignitas lineup. Players getting up from their PCs right now. So I don't think we'll be starting anytime soon, Matthew, but...
Well, Taz might just have to go with a Wii.
A little Wii.
A little Wii.
Okay.
But, yeah, you look back at that game and you have to feel for Magisk. We saw the pictures. Head goes inside the jersey afterward after he puts in one of the most remarkable performances. Admins all around North at the moment.
But good news for North is...
sound issue for sure, because he's yelling into the mic to see if it's going through. That's not
good news. But good news is Snacks was looking pretty quiet today. He's normally the nemesis on this map. So that's something positive to work with going forward, I guess. A bit of good news as we go in towards Cobble here. This is a best of one. Very difficult group for everyone involved so far. I've had lots of ups and downs.
So I think a sound card is confirmed dead. Killed in action. Cajun's manly voice is too much for it to handle, so I think they'll swap that out. And we'll start with fresh machinery.
Yes. Well, we're going to go for a quick break then, Matthew. And we're going to come back with this exciting game, VoDs Pro versus North. Don't go anywhere. We'll be fixing this very quickly.
Hello, my name is Sadokist, and I talk about video games with a man called Henry G. And we are here to bring you what is finally ready to roll, North versus Virtus Pro.
An exciting one, a tantalizing matchup on paper. Both of these teams dropping maps earlier in the group stage. VP going down to Na'Vi, and North losing the home derby to Heroic as well. So one of these teams are going down 0-2, and the map to kick things off will be Cobblestone. We talked about it in the pre-game. I guess you could say the pre-game. These guys did meet at the E-League Major in the quarterfinals, and it was 12-3 in favor of North. They ended up losing the second half 13-1, heartbreaking after an amazing performance from Major Spoy. And we've had the knife round, and it's going to be North side on the CT side, which I guess all things considered is good news. I would say they're certainly the underdogs here. We haven't seen them play against Virtus Pro with this lineup though. The addition of AZ, Rubino has now gone, the Norwegian player, and now it's a full Danish roster. But VP, like we said, Snack's not showing some amazing performance yet. I've only seen one showing so far, so let's not read too much into that. But it looked quiet earlier this morning.
Was a little bit quiet this morning. Typically, we expect big things of him, as a lot of people have hinted that he's currently in the form of the #1 player. Early days to declare that's going to be a standpoint for the entire year, but he's certainly been putting on world-class performances. Starting CT side North, we talked about it, you alluded to it. The game at the Major, the quarterfinal versus Virtus Pro, the comeback, but it was a great start that they did have on the CT side that we're looking to replicate at least that much of that game.
Well, here we go then. Virtus Pro on the T side here. 3 smokes. This is be quite a technical execution here. Not heading towards B. It's actually 4 players. We've seen this before. They used to do this back in the day. 4 players actually waiting towards top and middle, waiting for any CT aggression to come through those mid doors. MSL will be spotting towards that area. I'm not sure if he caught a whisper of anyone crossing there. So he'll be falling back, leaving Mages by himself. Neo towards the other side of the map. He's in the B halls. Going to be making his way towards drop down. He'll be doing the A split. So as soon as he has confirmation, the CTs know that the T's are there. He'll be dropping down, stopping rotations, or maybe just causing a little bit of a nuisance towards the B side. Here we go then, it slowly does it. Magus waiting in danger.
Just waiting indeed, but he's got so much to worry about behind. I think they're going to check this,
Get
obviously.
one.
He's going to go back up. No, he can't, Henry. Don't lie to me. Bialy's got the headshot. That takes him down. Inside of the site itself, it's only MSL that waits. But Virtus Pro, going back down danger, going to work up from the top and middle. This gives Cajun a bit of time to work in toward the hut. Has to be worried if they push through the smoke, but AZ's there to cover that off. Good shot. Speaking of AZ, and Cajun steps up. He's got 2. Gets in the balcony in time. Bomb is dropped down below. And he'll push himself forward. It's only Bialy that remains from the horse's stable. He goes down. It's Biały, by the way, I was told, not Bialy.
Well, there you go.
I was told by a Polish man. However, it was Carmack, and sometimes I don't trust him.
Yeah, and for good reason, potentially. I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve for you this event, maybe more pies.
Have you heard anything?
I've heard something, some whispers. But we'll see what happens.
I can't tell if you're messing with me and you're just putting me on edge.
That's the thing, isn't it? You never know.
If he paused me one more time, I swear, when he's doing his big speech for IEM and the Intel VP's there, I'm just going to lunge across the stage and deck him with one, so it's fine.
Anyway, it's going to be the force buy in the second round for Virtus Pro. That looked so promising towards Danger getting that first kill. They had all the smokes as well, but stepping up the USP this North, a very decent start to them in this big matchup, Virtus Pro versus North, and it's going to be 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, and Tech 9s for Virtus Pro. They've got 2 smokes to work with, and all the players committed to the B side of the map this time, and presumably smoking towards Connector, maybe towards Chicken Coop and the upper platform as well. We'll see what happens here. They start to make their way towards that platform area. Should be quite a decent hole from Config. He's in towards the Hobbit hole, as we've coined it. And 1 player behind the bomb side, that's Cajun B.
Passion inside of the site. Config, Hobbit hole, pops out 1, make it 2. Low NHP, he will go down, but it brings Cajun to find his second in the round. Snacks gets something rolling, but it's 1 versus 3. Snacks with just the P250. He's found by Magisk. And we settle the score at 2-0, straightforward. All things considered, a bit of reinvestment have to be brought out now from the CTs, which could be costly down the line, but they'll hold at bay Virtus Pro for at least the 3-round spread, or should do.
Yeah, there's no bomb going down there, so Virtus Pro can't really justify much more than maybe a flashbang into this round. I don't even think I've seen a single dollar invested. Bialy, he'll be bringing a P250, that's it. So if they got a bomb down, he'll be very impressed. It's not very likely, I have to say, as Taz. He goes towards middle. He'll be taken down by Magisk. Decent damage done, but can't quite find the kill. There it is, finally comes in. MSL chimes in as well with that MP7. Job done at this point. Don't really have to overcommit. The SMGs can stay for a little bit longer. Obviously, it's worth them trying to find frag. It's $600 a piece for every kill he picks up. Back towards B, we will go for Virtus Pro. 5-on-3 now. Like I said, if they had 1 flashbang, maybe there's something they can do with this. Right now, it's just trying to squeeze out 1 kill with Bialy's P250. So might as well be a little bit patient, see if a mistake is made by the CTs, but they don't have to give anything away at this point. No one needs to commit to any choke points. Just hold back on the bomb sites, establish the crossfires. Jobs are good.
Down into drop. Biawi. Config. Long. Cajun waiting window. Thanks for the bomb. I'll take that any day of the week. I give you gold. I give you frankincense. Forget Murray. You can have my bomb. As Pasha found by MSL, and he sweeps around in from the rear. Gets them from the top drop. 3-0. No one going down this time. Stabilizes money a little bit further for North so that they're not in a breakpoint situation in the first gun round. Thankfully, MSL as well with decent amount of economy, and an op comes out for Cajun.
Yeah, I think they dropped away one of those SMGs. Make it 2, actually. So AWP comes out for Cajun. Like we pointed out, quiet tournament for him so far. Looked quite poor earlier today, but he's got 6 for 0 right now. I think he's more of a confidence player. Now he's got that 6-0. He'll be coming in with the AWP, a little bit more confidence. He knows the orb's pretty unlikely to convert his pro. There's no bombs have gone down, and not many amount of frags have been picked up. In fact, I think there's only 3 frags in total for VP so far. And we're going to round number 4 here. In terms of the AWP placement, it's going to be Cajun B towards that upper platform. Smoked off for now, but he'll be looking to pick up that first pick, but it's only Bialy towards that side of the map. 4 Virtus Pro players towards A. This is quite standard for them. Flashbang's going in, using the trade mentality to try and pick up this first frag, but it's going to be Mages waiting for them, backed up by MSL.
Shot from Magisk. Taz receiving and Snacks will follow up. They'll get MSL. Magisk comes back up, finds 2 more. Is he going to have another one of these games?
Almost.
Maybe not quite, because he gets 3 only this round. It's a bit early days to tell. Yeah, only.
Only gets 3 kills against VP.
Only. He's only up to 5, Henry. Cajun's ahead on 6. And it's Biawi and Pasha that remain in a 2 versus 3. The money says it all, I think, and how important this round is for them. 46 seconds, 2 AK-47s, bomb still up, 2 smokes. See if they can isolate the A site, back site, as well as AZ at barrels.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much from him yet. Looking to step up, this could be his chance to shine because Config is in towards Connector, stopping the flank towards B. AZ is by himself with the FAMAS at the back of the site here. 1 kill would be enough at this point. If he goes down without a kill, that actually gives VP a very good chance here.
Yeah, he's going to try and push around as well. In behind the APC, Pasha.
Here we go.
He's got to consider it, spots it, nails it. AZ goes down, bomb to be planted. The rotations come in, Config. Taken out by Biawi immediately as he gets found inside of the vent. 9 HP. But Cajun rotating over a WP, which is still white. Thanks, Matt. Has the USP drawn. So your bug has created a different meaning for that.
I saw that
It's going to stick. Yeah, no, it's fair. He's got the M4 this time, though, and there you go. Gray, because he picked it up. See how that works? Cajun, I'm not criticizing, as he walks back in, and he's going to realize at this point it's too little too late. They'll concede the first round. Virtus Pro going to pick that up. He'll go back to grab the op. And if it is a bug, it's interesting that it almost works perfectly with a whole different intention.
I feel like AZ had to be a little bit more proactive at that point. Sitting all the way at the back, you could see Virtus Pro knew that'd be a risk. They walk all the way to the bomb, so got enough time to work with. If he just challenges at any point, just goes for a jiggle peek at that point, just to get some intel there. It's a risk, sure, but at least he has a chance to actually stop them getting the bomb down. As soon as they take him down, Mage's going to be gutted that round. A fantastic performance towards drop down danger, I should say. Manages to get 3 kills in total. MSL backing him up, can't do much about it. And AZ, yeah, very quiet towards the back of the side there. Only has the FAMAS as well. Even if he does a bit of damage and just delays them, allows the rotation to come in, that would have been the difference maker there. But Virtus Pro take him down, bomb planted, and retake. Almost impossible as soon as Bialy got to that vent position as well. Very difficult position to spot him in. Virtus Pro post their first round. As we go into number 5 here. Back towards long A we go. The cities will be challenging this time. There's crossfire between Magisk and MSL using the hay bales, and MSL won't be challenging at all. So Magisk will try and take the aggro away, and MSL looks into the wall to not be flashed.
Pasha ready to bounce the flash above, over, catch out Magisk, fully blind in behind the hay. He's got 2 there, which means he can swing out and get the kill. He goes down after him, Snacks. He gets both. Now he gets flashed, or rather smoked off, excuse me, and has to back away. Thought about pulling the Molotov, but instead will just hold the AK to make sure no one will push in from behind and wrap through B tunnels by way of long as bomb approaches closer and closer to the corner at long. A, that is, not B.
Quite a similar situation to the previous round. Config, he's the player isolated on the A side by himself this time. Virtus Pro have long A control. They've got that equal trade towards long A. They're absolutely fine with that. 45 seconds remaining as well. All 3 terrorists will be grouping together. Config, this is what I wanted to see from AZ. A little bit more aggressive this time. In the open, could catch himself out there. He will be going down. That's going to be the cue for the terrorists to actually make their ascendance to the bomb side at this point. Can the retake even be possible at this point? Comes down to AZ. Has to nail this shot, but Bialy takes his head off.
Bomb plant in for Snacks. And head for the hills, Cajun B. Hunting, though, already through on the flank is Biawi. And it's Cajun that's going to wait at drop room. AK at the ready. Cajun, ooh, he may actually get a bit fortunate here that he considers that it's going to be out toward Long B instead. So if he stays in drop, he should be safe, unless he stays in the E-box room, because then he's spotted from platform. Yeah, this is the better spot to be in right now.
Yeah, it's the second time now that A-bomb site with one player there has let them down. Cajun B trying to survive with this AWP. He will be pincered by the looks of things. Players coming from either side. Neo to challenge first. Should be an easy frag. Takes him down. Picks up the AWP as well. So Neo will be taking that into the next round. North should be eco at this stage. I believe they are about 3k per player. This is the initial exchange. This is from Snack's POV. You can see what North were trying to bring to the table there. MSL looking to the wall. As soon as his teammate gets flashed, he's getting the first frag while Majors recovers. And the problem is they only get a 2-for-2 exchange, right? So that actually works in VP's favor. They're more than happy about that. And you can see how it spreads thin the defense of the CT side. Full eco for them now. Not a single dollar invested into this round. Aggressive towards middle. I think there's three players and 2 towards long. Trying to pick up a frag here.
Taz takes Cajun, Neo, and then Taz again, as they anticipate the fact that North is likely to get aggressive. Works wonders. And there we go. The third round Virtus Pro. So that's already equating the total, or beating that of the total. Tying that of the total from which they got in the major, the 12-3 halves. So good start, Virtus Pro, and they'll keep the op up. Pasha will have it. The only op in play, M4s only for the CT side. That's all the money they've got left, so break point. Virtus Pro can shatter it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. One kid available, 5 M4s, and it'll be Pasha, who's been so instrumental in the success of VP recently with this AWP. He'll be boosted up towards the upper platform, seeing if anyone does dare challenge him towards that platform position. But right now, waiting for the smokes to dissipate, we have got 2 CT players towards long once again, and presumably will be that tag team combo of MSL Majors. Majors looking to get aggressive here. Finds one, but goes down to 1 HP, and he will be taken down. Taz will challenge and push past the Molotov, and it's up to MSL now to try and stay alive. I think he would have fallen back at that point, but still, he's got the smoke to defend him, and Pasha, he finding a kill on the other side of the map.
Biawi, though, gets Cajun B, and it's down to 3 versus 2 in favor of Virtus Pro, who now grab the bomb. Neo sweeping past the Dragon Lore mural on the wall. Taz is spotted MSL coming down from top danger. They won't resume battle. They'll give that up. Because Taz wants to make sure that he's close by should the exchange not go favorably inside of the B site, which it clearly did, and Neo now plants bomb. And he'll be able to spot that from far. MSL nade in. No kit, but does have an M4, hoping that he gets lucky through the doorway, and as such that he's not, he gives up. And we know this is break point. He's got to save the M4. Taz already getting close, spotted, saw him in return, pulls the gun, nails the head.
A lot of individual duels going against North here. We're talking about AZ in the pre-game. At one point, one of the greatest upcoming players CSGO had to offer. He's actually looking very cold right now, not even challenging in these 1v1 aim situations when you know terrorists are going to be running into his screen. Doesn't even get a bullet off in time. And here's the first shot coming from Pasha. We didn't catch this. A bit clumsy from Config, I have to say. What's he hoping to achieve there? Where's the flashbang? There's no cover for him. He's just running to the upper platform and hoping for the best there. Well then, 4 and 3. 4 plays 3. Another eco for North here. 5.7s, P250s, and that's actually going to be 4 rounds in a row for Virtus Pro. Config. Very good in this position normally, the Desert Eagle. Let's see if we can find anything here.
2 mollies down. 1 man down. Snacks the first to enter. Biawi holds the angle. Snacks gets closer toward the E-box pistol. Can't quite land enough shots. It did find the first exchange. Got him down to 75, but Snacks is still in an opportunity to find more. Watch that. Missed thrown it. I think was an aim punch hit him as he went to throw it.
Bit of both.
Yeah, I thought it was off. Just panic throw to try and get it out there as quickly as possible, but good assassination from Biawi. It's Snacks found by AZ, but Taz there to catch off. MSL leaves AZ only, and he'll get one more, picking up an AK-47. That's invitation enough for me to run. I would. Pasha's only got 1 HP. AZ has 12, but the round goes the way of Virtus Pro. That much is clear.
Indeed it will. AZ now cowering at the back of the B site behind the statue there, hoping he can find another frag here. And in terms of loss bonus, will be a maximum after this one, so $3,400 coming in on top of around 3K each player has, as you can see on the screen right now. AZ picked up 2 frags in this round, boosting his total to 3. If he can save this AK, that would certainly be beneficial, but Pasha looking to hunt him down here. He's got the AWP. Is this worth it? He's actually leading towards B-halls. He won't be committing. So AZ should save this AK-47. I think they're more than happy to let him have it. if you want to keep their money strong, and it is very strong indeed. Taz on $13,000. Bialy not far behind either. So they've got a plethora of cash to work with there. Not so much for North. I think they can bring out the AWP. We haven't seen much from Cajun since his initial pistol and anti-ego kills. He wasn't 6-0. Now we find ourselves in round number 9. He's only got 1 kill since then, since round number 2. Maybe 3.
Maybe 4.
I can't remember.
It might be 5.
I'm pretty sure it was round 3 at 6-0.
Just gets inside of danger. Taz sprays through. From the bottom middle. MSL's there to help Magisk's position. But at this point, Virtus Pro's just spreading out the map. Config's going to play Hobbit Hole again, so that'll double up Cajun with AZ. He's the support, the swing player. I know support is a bit of a buzzword for some people in Counter-Strike, but ultimately he's playing between the two that are tasked with holding the choke point. So in this particular instance, he very much is the support role. As he'll turn his attention to whoever is in need of it most. It might be AZ that finds himself struggling first. Smoke out from Snacks, bounce over toward the window on the right. AZ spots that, backs up accordingly. He'll play for E-Box, in fact goes all the way out to the rocks. So he'll play a very, very passive hold onto drop room, which, as we know from certain teams that enjoy doing this, it can work because you have to commit to the drop room. At least one player, even if you boost back up, one stuck down there. And if they're contained and can't make much happen, it works very well. The other problem in that is if they get down there and they win platform, then Snacks comes to life because they'll be distracted elsewhere.
AZ waiting towards that window area as well. He might have some confrontation momentarily. Neo is in towards drop down. He'll fall back towards the rock here. B-side of the attack coming in. The flashbang's deployed. AZ has to step up here. Gets one. Trying to find the double. Should be able to nail it. Neo gets one in return. And AZ finally coming to life here.
Gets the triple. Played it well from Rock. Had the support in place. They didn't get enough at the platform to wrap around the tree position and catch him off. So he was able to just sit and shoot. He got the support from Cajun as well. The flash came over. We saw it. Very well played from North. And that gives them their 4th round.
Yeah, Virtus Pro getting some decent footing on the map there towards drop down, managing to get some upper platform control as well, but AZ falls back from connector, gets towards the rock position and finds 4 kills. That should boost his confidence a little bit more. Been a rough game from so far, but North managed to post a decent round there, keeping 3 players alive. Definitely a lot of reset potential going forward, but they have got the AWP in the hands of Config this time. Interesting. He certainly is the secondary AWP if anyone was. Cajun B not hitting too many shots as of yet. We'll go towards the back of B for now. Mages, of course, still towards danger with MSL and Cajun as well, so a 3-man setup towards A. That makes sense, that's where they've been losing a lot of rounds, a lot of key situations towards that side of the map.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Very clear that they need to get something rolling. Config as well on the op is playing Statue inside of B. Virtus playing a very methodical game, a lot of slow pace, try and play a very standard default pick and then work based off of that. Obviously last time they didn't get a pick to start it off, the execution fell apart as a result. This time they've not been granted much map control to work with. You mentioned the stack out toward long A. They are approaching it. Neo trying to spray through the smoke, but they still haven't got grasp of it.
This is an A split coming in. You can see players towards drop down as well. Bialy smokes off the left-hand side of drop down. They make their way in towards connector as well. There is a player waiting for them though in the form of Cajun. He needs to find a frag. It's going to easy to strike first, and he takes the aggro away as well. Very well handled by North there.
So the split becomes not so much of a split at all. It's going to be a one-pronged approach on the A site. Jisk lines them up, takes down 2. Had to transfer the spray a little bit, let the recoil kick high to catch off Pasha and Taz. In a 1 versus 5, 27 seconds, bomb down below him in mid. And he starts to look out, positioning. Great, you hit Cajun, that's fine. MSL's immediately below him. And it works wonders. 5-5, they pull back 2 in a row. Money is still aplenty on the Virtus Pro side though. Look at Taz right now, 10K.
Yeah, so we've got Neo and Bialy a little bit lower, same sort of Snacks as well, but we can drop over some AK-47s. Pause coming in for VP, yeah. So there's a chance to work out what's the best port to call here. North have tied things up. In terms of this balance now, it's always been a talking point. It's the T side of the map. Not so much anymore. Since the addition of the steps on the CT side, they have a lot more options to actually control the B side of the map. It's not like T's going to walk in there, fully execute every single time and get away with it. They have to expend a lot of utility to flush out their steps area, and especially the Hobbit hole as well. I think since that's been extended, that's been a really interesting position for the CTs to actually challenge and actually avoid a lot of flashbangs and utility coming in. But we'll have a look at the buy. It's unlikely to bring out the AWP. It'll cost them a lot of their bank to do so. Taz almost having to drop for everyone here, so that's actually 10 $1,000 spent by him in this round, dropping AKs over. They get 4 AKs out of this. Snacks on towards the UMP. Config, I want to have a look at his spawn. He's got the AWP once again. He's on 3 for 7 right now. Looks like he'll be heading back towards that B side of the map. They haven't had the AWP on A at all yet. That's what I'd probably like to see. Imagining to have the AWP anchoring that A back to the site, actually challenging any players walking in and stopping it, and actually being able to find a couple of frags here or there. But it's been focused towards B so far.
Snacks leads the charge toward the B tunnels. Again, they'll go for that 3-man stance at A. Cajun has already left it, though. Good shot, Config. He's already heading back over to support B, and Config's got the first kill. That'll funnel VoDs elsewhere, though. So MSL now has to step up, stand charge. He takes down Neo. Smoke goes into the main doorway, and Cajun, caught in no man's land, does well to find one. Yowie, though, is left in the open, and Vajiskas transfer back around. North is looking well composed since they've switched things up.
Yeah, actually, very convincing round, I have to say. Config, beautiful work there. The AWP spots a flashbang coming in, uses the statue to negate that, takes down the first player going towards B, and then MSL, brave to take that challenge towards middle, but he nails it with the AK and manages to set his teammates up towards long 8 for a nice little spray down there. 4 players surviving, broken the money of VoDs Pro as well. Round number 12 comes in. Tech9's P250s, a few smokes to work with here. It looks like a little mid-charge coming in from the T side. Bialy going in first, but MSL hitting shots here. Does considerable damage towards Bialy, but can't find the frag, but Magis with the backstab.
Magis, this is where he got a lot of kills in that last game when he picked up 29 in the first half. He gets 2 here. Taz, Bialy both found and sprayed down. It's Neo remaining in a 1 versus 4, and he's in a similar position. Just can't quite line it up, so it will be a kill with the P250. Onto the AK, Neo goes.
Never count him out of these situations, though, Matt. 1 minute 20 remaining. It's Neo with the bomb against North here. He's got a couple of flashbangs to welcome. Config's making noise. They both are, in fact. I don't think Neo heard him. So Config.
He may have, you know, with the flash. He's ready for it. Spots him as well. Forget him. Run. Good call by Neo. 1:03. Just get in position, and instead of going in the site itself, where AZ thinks he's going, he's gone drop Neo. This is brilliant if he gets this kill. He could well get inside of the A site for free, but he tags Cajun down to 22 instead of getting the kill. He spotted up. He now knows where all 3 are, or were. He'll have lost track at this point of exactly where Config is gone. But Config thinks he's going over to B just by showing a presence. He now knows he's already tagged Cajun. That's his best chance of entrance, but it sold the rotation. He's just got to find this single isolation kill. But it's Config that does wait it out accordingly and find the position to get the kill.
Neo has got the moves. You can see exactly what he's up to at that point. I thought if he goes down, drop down through the connector here, he's going to have a real chance of winning this one. He spots Config with the AWP, flashes him, decides not to waste any time. He's thought, okay, this player's pushed towards the B halls. Very good chance that B side's open. If I go towards connector here, they're assuming I'm going towards B. I could catch a player rotating in, and you're absolutely right. If he finds that player in connector, I think he's going to win that round, but not meant to be. Taken down in the end, and a sigh of relief coming in from North. You're always so scared when Neo's in those clutch situations. A fast B round, I think, coming in. Set smokes at the start here. Taz is out nice and quickly. Can he find his first frag? Lots of flashbangs being thrown.
Flashes over. Cajun up close. Hits the shot. Takes the second on the stairs, and it's AZ that took down Snacks, who looked like he was encroaching upon the position. It's now Neo again, and this time there's no chance for any such antics. McJagger's got no moves this time, Henry.
Well, that's a fast set piece in VoDs Pro. A lot of teams doing that these days. You can do those set smokes from T-spawn as your players are running in as well. The smokes bloom in time. Lots of flashbangs, Molotovs thrown in the process, but VoDs Pro don't find a single kill here. North have won the half. This is looking good. Remember, at the quarterfinal of the major, they actually won the city half 12-3. So they're still doing a good job here. Winning the half is good news overall, but it's the T side that let them down before. So still a lot of work to do here. You can never discount VoDs Pro on this map, and an AWP shot comes in, actually hits Neo down at 16 HP.
Cajun goes back by the statue and will take up shop inside of KFC. Order your fast food all day long for a lean price of an AWP shot. Hopefully landing at VoDs Pro, who are tagged considerably. Neo, 16 HP now, as a result of that, has just the Tech 9 to work with. It's one of 4 Tech 9s.
Just to check in, Matt.
Check
Cloud9 just took down Heroic 16-7.
They're 2-0.
They are looking sharp today. That was Nuke again.
Well, one of your 2 teams that you fantasize over had to do well. With Nip out of this tournament over already.
They tried their best.
Sure.
It was Cobble. It wasn't Nuke. So take that back.
Well, still impressive, I have to say. It's good to see Cloud9 back to form. There's a lot of people suggesting a lot of things. All 5 players now down drop. Config's waiting at the window But they also have AZ waiting at the door. The window they go, smoke down, shot through. Biawi gets the shot and now wraps toward the huts. Majesk will pedal himself back up on top of things from middle. And AZ with the smoke down is trying to spot above it, but can't quite get vision. So Majesk will be the next in line. On top of the platform, MSL still waits for balcony. Nice shot from Taz. That's an AK picked up. They're making moves, and they're making space. Biawi gets ever closer. Tech 9 in hand, but MSL over top of the broken wall finds the shot. Taz is low. Could do the same here. Great placement of the crosshair. Taz goes down.
Oh.
That's rather impressive how quickly that happened. Just run and stab him, but 5 seconds. Bomb picked up just now. It's not likely this will happen even if he found that kill, so MSL closes it. And North recover because it looked like after going down 5 straight rounds and winning the pistol that gun rounds were an issue. That's no longer the case.
Absolutely not. MSL with 4 kills there as well. Extends his total to 13. He's topping the fragging chart along with Magis there. So that combo towards the A side doing a very good job indeed. And VoDs Pro, they have one more buy remaining, of course, to round number 15. It's going to be that set piece towards B once again. Maybe we a different variation of fake. Potentially you can see the smokes raining in here and Taz towards middle. So whether they'll commit, yet to be seen. Flashes do go in, but they're not charging this time. This could be the fake towards A. I'm going to speculate at this point. Indeed, I think it is. Yeah, there we go.
Config this time has better fate than finding one and getting overwhelmed. He finds 2, and he's looking for a bit more. Sinieri will push back the opponent inside of the window, but Taz collects Majesk. This gives him a chance to now create confusion and chaos by pushing back toward the connector. Thankfully for North's sake, they've already found Neo because if Taz arrived on the scene, he could have made space for his teammate. Instead, it goes 10-5 for North. So again, their CT side looks impressive, but improvement by 2 rounds over that of what the Major held.
Yeah.
VoDs Pro.
There are a few more twists and turns here. You can mark my words, the VoDs Pro will come back in emphatic fashion in the second half. We'll take a quick break here and see whether that's going to be a possibility. Do not go anywhere.
$10-5 may seem a convincing scoreline for a first half, but with these two teams, after what we saw at the Major, coming back from, what was it, 13-2, 12-3? I can't remember either way. It was incredible that VoDs Pro was able to do it.
Game's off.
Oh.
It's off. Player disconnect.
You're right. Good call.
Just so I give you a bit more time. There you go.
Thank you. I was wondering what you mean. I thought the other way around. But yes, someone did disconnect their back in already, I believe. It's messed our overlay considerably, because config is apparently on both teams. But thanks, Ebot, for that. Someone's been transfixed into somebody else. But no, I mean, we've already seen this that it's that Virtus Pro's capable of so much on this CT side.
Yeah, absolutely. And
names at the top are backwards. Everything. Ebot, what have you done?
Yeah, it's a mess. It's all gone wrong.
Carry on with your thought, Henry.
What was my thought?
I don't know.
Did I have a thought? Was I thinking?
Will you be the goose to my Maverick?
Yes.
Good, because I hope you end up dead.
Oh.
Hey, that was the Valentine's Day card I was going to send you.
Well, did it get lost in the post or what?
Yeah, it did.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that.
I don't actually have an address right now, so couldn't have sent it anywhere. I live in hotels.
Is that how you avoid tax fraud?
Exactly. Living in hotels, they can never catch you. Joking, of course. Anyone's listening?
Yeah, let's just clarify that. Config. The man who has testicles of steel after pulling out a knife in the major.
Oh, I almost lost my mind when that was going
Cajun
on.
said he almost punched him for it.
Yeah, we asked him after the game, saying, what were you doing? Cajun just said, if he'd have screwed that up, I'd have actually punched him. Which is quite a good line. Like, can you imagine that happens? They lose the game off the back of him just showboating a little bit in overtime. So I'm having a look in the chat right now. Let's get some live updates. Some TeamSpeak issues I can see. Oh, I think we're okay. Back in. Ebot's sorted itself out nicely. And it is going to be 10-5 in favor of North, but don't let that fool you. Virtus Pro always so sick on the CD side. They win the pistol here. Every chance they can come back here. But the groups are looking very interesting indeed. SK 0-2, Cloud9 2-0, VP potentially 0-2 after this game. No one saw this coming. This is absolutely insane so far.
Yeah, this group is a mess. There's one of the big threes out. I'm gonna just say it. I mean, it's not guaranteed. I'm speculating. I'm predicting, yes. But no, it's very possible. Cajun down inside of the site, flash out on Pasha, but can't find the shots. Finally, Will has to swap to his gun, but Pasha's expelled a lot of ammunition. I'm not sure what he's got left in that magazine because it's got to be low. Neo, though, reload at the worst possible time. Biawi finds AZ. That'll give him a bit more space. Biawi finds Cajun B, and MSL is on 4 HP, heading for the other side of the map, which is being fortified right now by Snacks.
Here we go. The pistol should be going in Virtus Pro's favor. MSL 4 HP in the bomb. And they've got players waiting on the A side. It's almost impossible for him. He has got a P250. A lot more one-tap potential than the Glock at range. Let's see if he can make that weapon sing. He will find a player towards ABC. Gets the spot overhead, but not really much he can do about it. Charge in. There is a low HP player waiting for him. Can he get the drop on him? That's a lovely shot from MSL. Unfortunately, that's all he'll get. 4 kills in total for Bialy. North, they really wanted to win that pistol match. Just all things considered, and the matchup we saw on this map previously, this is pretty much exactly how it started, but they had 3 more rounds to work with. Or 2, I should say. It was 12-3, wasn't it? But here we go. Force buy, of course, from North. No bomb going down. Suggests they get the Tech 9s out. A couple of smokes. 3 to be exact. And towards A they will head. And in terms of the CT buy, only 1 rifle. A cheeky little P90 for Pasha. Makes a rare appearance. And 3 UMPs. Fast towards long A. And Snacks wide to receive. Ooh. Receive a headshot, apparently.
It's well placed from AZ to start it off with the Tech 9. Get the UMP as a result. MSL. On the bottom middle would be spotting inside of the site. Sees Neo, and Neo's going to back away. Doesn't want to take his chances with that fight, despite that he's got a UMP. That range tapping, yes, okay, we've discussed its potential. But why bother tapping against a Tech 9, which could, in the right circumstances, do equal or greater damage in return? So over to a drop instead for VP, or excuse me, for North. AZ's the only one not. He's trying to make a sales pitch on A. Low HP's founded by Taz. Interestingly that they left him there as well because he was the one with the UMP, but they want to split back toward the A side, so him going down actually becomes a factor. Config. He's already gotten in toward balcony that holds up. Cajun getting Biawi back toward B instead because they're not even sure which way they want to go. They've opened up a bit of room. Bomb is inside of the site. They should get a plant out of this. It's up to Taz and Neo to try and deny. They don't get there quite in time. And MSL, I thought if he turned fast enough to get a headshot, could have made it possible.
Decent round, though, from North, all things considered. They do force by that second round, find 3 kills, get a bomb down. It doesn't mean they can buy it in the next round, but they can certainly come into round number 3, or 4, I should say, with full weaponry. So if they wanted to force buy into this, let's think about it. They could do Tech 9s again. Such a huge risk when you have the lead. not required. Take another little partial buy here, P250s and Tech9s, and then have a real strong buy in the next round. That's absolutely pretty good result, all things considered. So one flashbang. This is sometimes enough to get a couple of kills. You'll head towards A here, throw the flashbang over the roof, or jump out the upper platform, hope for the best. You sometimes get an equal trade. Maybe a bomb goes down. And very common strategy. We'll see whether it works out for them. Actually, splitting a couple of players towards mid for now. Not going to be going quickly with this one. Wait for the smokes to go down and the CTs to expend their initial utility here.
Pasho into the corner. He'll wait here.
Here comes a flash door drop down from AZ. There it is.
Magisk will peek as a result of it. P250, but not yet finding anyone below. And Neo plays from Rock, which means it's not likely with him there that anyone will peek in toward the drop. So Magisk goes. They'll hear it. Taz knows it. Sits and wait to see if you will need to govern this position. Naden instead says, I don't want to wait. I don't want to play your games. Ooh. That nade, did it do damage on MSL? I don't think so. MSL's not in that position. He's above it. Can't quite tell if it landed tonight. He's out toward long, so it actually bounced on the inside of the pillar and didn't do any damage on him. Magisk, which is quite fortunate. As Neo plays from Rock. Flash goes back out from Pasha. Still waiting for them to push in. Has to be a bit careful in that position that he doesn't get caught off and lose the gun. That certainly doesn't happen without a fight. He finds two. Magisk does make his way in, though. And now Biawi has to play this smart from Chicken Coop. Spots them coming in, doesn't need to overextend, doesn't need to overcommit to the peak, goes back to try and find them on a second approach and sees just ahead, glancing out. That's why he doesn't need to overextend, because Config's picked up the M4 and he sprays him down through the wall. We know it's fragile and thin, and Config has a lineup toward the doorway itself, toward connector, but no armor, aim punch the factor. Snacks finds both, and Virtus Pro will get their 8.
Yeah, but they're keeping VP modest at least. Decent buy comes in for North this round, and the reinvestment's actually going to cost a VP a lot of money. They're almost a breaking point after having to buy 3 more M4s here. Decent work from Pasha there, but with the PT50, they managed to get a little bit done there. No bomb plant comes in. 5 AKs though, and you can see there are 3 players under $0 on the VP side. So those kills they've got in the last couple of rounds have been very influential. North still with the lead. They pick up this round. They've taking the money away from VP, so let's see what happens here as AZ waiting for the aggressive play from Snacks. Everyone knows he does it, either with the shotgun or the AWP. This time he's got an M4, won't fully commit. He won't be alone this time. Taz backing him up as Snacks patrols towards drop down. Danger, I've done that twice today. We'll get there, learning them out.
Yeah, it's this game's called Counter-Strike, Henry.
Yeah.
You should give it a shot. I know you liked a game called Condition Zero.
That was a good one. I played the single player primarily. That's yeah, this CSGO, I think it's got legs to it.
Not gonna lie, when I was in high school, we had laptops in my school, and a lot of people played single player Condition Zero during class.
It was pretty sick, to be fair.
Yeah, not a bad pastime. MSL. Smoke in front of first arch at long A, has that cleared. He's playing with AZ. They'll Molotov off right side to make sure no one else is in any nooks and crannies. Taz goes back to the site, which means it's all on to Snacks, bottom middle. But Taz wants to, the reason for going back to the site is to wrap around the APC and give better support position to his teammate down below.
Well, this is the long A control. We talked about this in the pregame, Matt. This is what the Danish team is so good at. Getting this long A control. The smokes are being deployed as well. Decent flashbangs and Molotov usage. Snacks, though, he's going to be baited in by Taz. And what a bait it is. He finds 2 kills. They both survive as well now. 2 players towards long, and Mages, he's holding the other side of the map, which he takes down Neo in the process.
Yeah, he was waiting the whole time to drop down and cut off rotations, but he heard Neo pushing through, so he had to stay. The problem with staying, he leaves AZ alone into his own devices. His devices are insufficient. Now it's going to be Magisk getting Biawi, but has to give up the round because you mentioned it. Time is of the essence. It's gone. And it's Virtus Pro getting 9. So already we're seeing that CT side get rolling. And North, they don't want to go through this again. At the same time, SK's down 0-2. Virtus Pro don't want to go down 0-2. Cloud9's 2-0.
I think we've got a big chance of more tiebreakers.
Well, have fun, Lauren and Moses.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least we won't be the ones doing that this time. But it was a lot of fun, to be fair. Some sick rounds of CS played last night. Let's get into this force buy from North. They save a weapon. Tech9's B-Rush, boys. See what we can find. It's going to be Mages leading the charge here. Can he get Pasha? He cannot, but they do find 2 kills in return.
2 indeed. He always sets up for more, but he's caught off by AZ as he walks out from the E-box. Goes back in and finds Taz, who snuck in through the bedroom window. Sorry, Paul McCartney. No one liked that song. Not today, at least. It's Config. We'll play. I don't know if Paul or John wrote that one, honestly. It seems more like a Paul song.
Was it not bathroom window?
That's what I said.
You said bedroom.
Did I say? Oh, I meant bathroom. I'm sorry. Because across the universe, the girl comes in through the window. Snacks has flames in front. Sorry to interrupt you from your Counter-Strike, everyone. It's Henry's fault. Snacks will just wait out the round.
Snacks. Not really much you can do here to do the B rush. The little force spy there with the saved AK works out for North. That's the first round they're going to be posting in the second half there. This will be 4-1. Snacks, he's the clutch. Good God. But this one's, to be fair, let's have a look at his stats right. 8 for 15, Matt. We said he was quiet in that first game. Not really setting the world on fire this time either. So, quite a quiet performance from him. North extend their lead to 11-9. A big round for them to pick up, keeping 3 players alive as well. And we said the money was tight. That's where that force buy comes in. They kept finding frags time and time again. They've actually whittled Virtus Pro down to $2,000 per player. Snacks, of course, saves a weapon. So they wanted to force into this. I don't think it's required right now, all things considered. See what Snacks can do with this M4. We know he can be very scary towards that long A position. Maybe he goes there by himself. They're actually giving all 5 players towards the B side of the map here. Neo waiting with the PT-50 and quite a fast play from North there. Committing early on, but may just open things up with a headshot towards Neo.
Just waiting at the top of drop. Config drops down. Cajun's waiting to see if anyone's going to try and boost up. It's got the chance with Config there. No one playing aggressively toward the B platform, but a stack on B nonetheless. Biawi Pasha, Snacks, Taz at Hobbit Hole as well. He's gonna try and get baited in on this, get some shots from an off angle with the USP because it's Snacks that needs to push out and get the aggression afterward, but he's caught early. Cajun finds him, MSL checks it, everyone's starting to catch on to that position, and MSL goes further to find Pasha as well. Now the last alive will get one onto MSL. Dancing around, trying to stay alive. Config able to sort that issue, and now North gets 2 back, which is the start of momentum in their favor, and an economy still in tatters on the Virtus Pro side.
Truly is, but Matthew, they're going all in. It's going to be a max 7.
Well, we are in the Vegas of Poland, Henry.
That's true.
There's a casino attached to our hotel.
That's what I've seen. I've seen you lurking around in there late tonight. How you been doing? Any wins?
I don't gamble.
So you just hang out in there?
Snacks. You gamble, I know you do. Waits with the shotgun inside of danger. But they've already bypassed his position, so he's gonna have to find a way to make himself relevant in this situation. AZ's gonna wait at stables as well. It's not like he's got close proximity anywhere. And Cajun, good shot on Bialy as he rotates back over. Neo trying to find the window position where where Config rather wants to lurk. Him finding that kill gives a bit of a chance in this, and now we start to roll. Neo gets AZ as well. And Snacks is still trying to find an opportunity for that shotgun to work. It may happen now. Finds the first shot, but that's all he gets. It's too far away. And Magisk survives with 28 HP. So leave it in a 3 versus 2 post-plant. Neo smoke out. Covers off the platform itself, the site itself, but now he's tagged from long, and I think that point they've got to realize, yeah, he's found me, he's sorted me, I have no entry kills, back away.
That's actually a really cool actual tactic from North coming in there. If you think about it, the traditional setup, when VP do the 4 players B and 1 towards A, it's Snacks who's heavily committed towards long A. They'd leave long A completely North, they actually go through middle very quickly indeed, bypass him, find kills towards top of middle, and actually manage to get the bomb down there, and the retake's almost impossible. CTs keep 1 gun alive here, but it's 39 in favor of North. I'm not sure they can justify a buy here. Should be 49 here. They have got the Neo AK-47. They invest into this. The loss bonus will be a 4th stage after this one, so that's $2,900. What's the call? I think it has to be a partial buy. So Neo with the AK. Let's see what he can do. Maybe towards the upper B platform. That would make sense. Try and get a 1-tap and presumably open things up. But looking great for North right now.
Smoke lands at the B platform, and Pasha will take advantage to burrow himself in below the broken wall. North may have caught this game at exactly the right moment before Virtus Pro tipped the scales and brought it level at 10-10. As Cajun goes back toward where the bomb waits. Meanwhile on A, AZ and MSL together have Snacks trying to push up. Is Snacks all the way through mid? Oh, he's looking at the door. If he goes, he's gone. He's gonna try and push up behind them with the pistol. Looks the wrong way though, and it's easy pickings for MSL. Config's got 2 himself. And Jisk trying to spray in. It's going to force Bialy to back off. And Config walks out to easily find him. So 14-9. We're 2 rounds away from Virtus Pro going down 0-2 and joining SK in a tough order to pull this back.
Definitely a tough order. It's going to be 14-9 now. Chips are down. Virtus Pro, they do bring an AWP to the table. It's Snax, though, still on 8 frags. He has not been performing so far on the CT side. Normally by himself, just lighting things up with the AWP. He will go to that position once again along 8. Actually commits towards danger. Look for this first frag. Not hyper aggressive this time. And the CT's actually a little bit passive here. North open things up once again. Config, Mages finding kills absolutely everywhere. This is for match point as well. Cajun B spots Neo on the site, waiting for his teammates to come in for the pincer as well. Big kill. That should be round concluded.
Should be, but Taz steps up large to find 2. Swings out, gets Config as well from the rock. 5 HP.
No.
Flash to long, bomb just entering. The problem is that Snax is still far away from this. But it's Snax with an op. 1 versus 2, no armor. He's got to go for it at this point, doesn't he? Doesn't want to leave them on map point. He's got the cross covered. No smoke down and in place just yet. 2 Molotovs instead. Flash goes out, smoke lands in front of the door, and Snack's gonna push through and try and get behind the rock, but they see him coming, and MSL lines up the shot, map point north.
You can see what it means in the bottom left. It's going to be North finding match point here. They've got 6 match points to work with. Their money is non-existent for Virtus Pro. If ever there was a chance to take this game, this is it. Virtus Pro looking down the barrel, going 0-2. And Taz there, to be fair, what a fantastic effort that was at the B side, managing to find 3 kills in total, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. Snax there without the kit, can't find a shot, he's smoked out. And the final buy, 2 max 7 to UMP.
Want to know something I just thought of?
Go on.
VP's going to be 0-2, SK's going to be 0-2. They've yet to play each other.
Oh, God, yeah, you're right.
That's it. That's one of them done, if that's the case. That's remarkable. That's insane. The 2 top teams in the group. And they'll essentially have to play each other to even keep themselves with a chance of staying in it. As the smoke land, Snack flashes himself out from the bales and backs off.
Well then, these shotguns need to go wild. North know the money's going to be low. I would say the full execution to the B site, that's where I'm going right now. I know the orb's not going to be prevalent. They won't have incendiaries to slow us down. We do that full wall of smokes towards the B site. We're getting that bomb down. It's going to be happening. We'll at least have a clutch situation from that. It would come down to players like Bialy, who normally plays that tree position, try and get him down. That's where I'm going. I'm in-game leader right now.
Cajun waits with his smoke to go over the walls.
Yeah, here it comes. This should work perfectly. Should do.
Neo's backed away. He's on the outside of the smokes. But he's perched and ready on the tree, and that gives him the first shot. Can switch his angle, finds another. Still a fight left in them yet, but AZ's gone down drop as they turn away. He's got 2 in front, almost lines them both. But just barely, Neo gets back up on a boost and stays away from death. He falls inside as well of the smokes wall, and it's going to be Taz to take down Magisk. It's all on to AZ, 1 versus 3. And Taz gets him as well to make it 15-10. Still life in the old dogs yet.
We did say that tree position could be a bit of a problem. A lot of teams will Molotov that, some opt not to and try and pre-fire with the smokes coming down. But Neo, he finds 2 massive frags there and buys Virtus Pro a little bit of time here. 5 rounds now required in a row. Of course, North still have plenty of cash after winning 5 rounds on the bounce. We go to round number 26 here. Wow, we've been gifted with some amazing games here in the group stage so far. And this one's still setting itself up to be an absolute barn burner. A B rush coming in. Desperate call, just trying to finish things off nice and early, but Bialy opens things up. AZ, though, with the return frag.
Neo waiting, flower pot still in place, but AZ spots the head, calls the attention of Pasha. And he's able to take a shot back to AZ. Bomb is planted, but Pasha's there again. And it's Cajun that returns favor onto Taz to leave it 2 versus 2. Pasha trying to inch closer to the site. Cajun, he's got a shot, Pasha. Cajun's trying to hold this off now, 1 versus 2. And Cajun lines up the lane, flash out, it's down to the 1-on-1. Pasha versus Cajun for the game, bomb ticking. Cajun swings out, Pasha's got the shot. You enroll to the Pasha London school, and the first word you learn is death. He gets 4, and he'll clutch the round to make it 15-11.
Oh no, you can feel it beginning now. North, the B rush, they get it down to a 1v1, but Pasha with 4 frags. He keeps the dream alive for Virtus Pro. Money still available for North. But this has got overtime written all over it. I'm calling that.
Don't jinx it yet. I mean, this is overtime needed for Virtus Pro.
I want to see overtime. I love the fireworks.
That could have very easily been Cajun to hit that shot.
Yeah, you can see this is when the younger guys start to get a little PTSD from the major. The comeback coming in from Virtus Pro. They never give up, never surrender. Let's get to round number 27 here. AWP for Snacks this time. Quiet all game. If he starts stepping up now, then they've got a serious problem.
It's toward A instead for North this time. Snacks is in the ready. Snacks again's been quiet. You mentioned that coming into this. That could be a factor. He's only got 8 kills. What an off day for Snacks. And you're only playing one day. Your group is played out in one day. That can be the difference. Snacks has been so incredibly good lately. He's well behind in this. In fact, almost 6 kills behind his closest teammate. And 7 behind anyone on the opposing team. In fact, more than that, 11 behind anyone on the opposing team. It's Bialy with 1, down he goes, Config, finds the opening and drops. So a trade favors the offense. Always remember that. Defense has to split up.
Indeed, 45 seconds remaining, so this does slightly favor North, but the thing is, Snacks is at the AWP, but he's towards A for now. AZ, he's on that side of the map. Does he go for the fake play, or does he stop rotations? I would say at the latter, his teammates will show some presence towards the B side of the map, but AZ strikes first, actually goes down. Neo can't find a frag, still a chance for North with their low HP. In towards the B side they will go, and that's where Pash is waiting for them. He's been their nemesis recently.
Waits inside the E-box, smart position. They're not going to expect it. 2 in front, finds 1 with the bomb. Importantly, finds another as well, and he goes out to look for a third. Massive damage onto Cajun. But this time he wins the duel between the two. Unfortunately for him, it's not a 1 versus 1 to close the game. It's desperation to get the bomb down. AK Polt wants to get aggressive and find Snacks, who waits behind the rock, and he's got him down. Virtus Pro now have 12.
It's getting closer and closer. They had 5, 6, in fact, match points to work with. Oh, that's really being whittled down now. 3 to go for Virtus Pro to take us to overtime. Still money available though for North. They keep getting the bomb down, they keep finding frags. Money's still just about available for VP as well. They cannot get the AWP out this time unless it's already been picked up and dropped. I missed that towards the end. It looks like it has been. So Snacks will have that weapon. Very good spawn for him as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes that long A pick. Let's keep our vision on him for now and see if he fully commits. He loves to do it. There will be a challenge on the other side as well. The flash suggests he will. Apparently not.
Snacks is ready though. He still wants to find the opening. Eventually they've got to go into him, right? Eventually he's got to step up and have a round. It might be now. Cajun waits, smoke goes down, he's waiting for the flash, times it right, knows they're there, finds the shot, backs away, looks for 2, and Snacks arrives with at least 2 flashy kills, but is 2 enough? It gives them a 1-man advantage. It means Taz has to win the next duel against AZ. That's done, bomb down.
This is slipping out of their grasp now. 4 on 2, Snacks finding 2 great kills as you pointed out, and Pasha, perfect position by Major's here, or is he? Bit of a missed shot there. Major's capitalizes. This round isn't done and dusted quite yet. The bomb is down towards long A. No CT presence there whatsoever. But the T's aren't going to be aware of that. They're going to slow things right down. It's Config to go in first, waiting for his teammate to join him. In terms of utility, Config's got a flash. He'll probably use that around this corner. But he wants to wait for Majors to come in first. There's the flashbang. No one's going to be there, but he will be checking every angle, of course. This is a brave challenge to take. No AWP, so he's okay. Picks up the bomb, 30 seconds remaining. They don't really have time to go back towards B at this point. Too much to check out on that side of the map, so they're going to have to commit towards the A side.
Config with bomb, walks alone toward the doorway at mid. Quick shoulder check toward the hut, which will now be Molotov. And it just goes, both making noise on top of the site. Watch for Taz to pop out. He gets the last of the 2. Bialy finds the first. And it goes 15-13. We're going to enter into round 29 as the dongle chimes once more to say, map point, it's been that way forever, but it's Tech 9s only that remain.
Another 30-rounder coming in. North this time will be taking Tech 9s. Smokes, flashbangs. Excuse me. Going to be probably a B execution here, similar to what we saw before. Try and flash in towards that B side. Bomb goes down. You can win these rounds. We've seen it plenty of times before on Cbble. Not even a set piece for looks things, just full on rush here. Config to lead the charge. Can't quite find his way out, and he's going to find it. Headshot comes in, a chance here for Pasha, and Bialy strike back.
Neo with smokes down on the statue has to back off. This is the round with Tech9's bomb planted. How does the fast plays always work like this? It's pressure for Virtus Pro. As KGB looks over the top, tags through, finds Bialy as well. And now it's just 2 remaining for Virtus Pro. It's Taz and Snacks.
Surely.
And AZ's ready to pounce on either side. So too on top of the bomb is still MSL babysitting. Taz gets close. Double peek out, baits them back as he falls away and tries to isolate, but he's got to go. He's got to get aggressive. Finds one. Nice shot on the second. MSL, though, has found the kill on his teammate Snacks, and Taz, he's got to find 2. Swings out. Can't do it. North will send Virtus Pro 0-2, and they still have to play the 0-2 SK. This group just got flipped upside down.
This group is nuts right now. So many upsets here. This is definitely another big one. And it looked like the comeback was on for VP, but North, the Tech9 rush, that prevails. They had 6 match points to work with. They denied the overtime. Well played by them towards the end there. Good way to finish it off. And another exciting group stage game out.
Last year at this time, Virtus Pro is in the midst of one of the biggest slumps we'd ever seen them in. And we expected that they might even go out in groups. We weren't sure if they would get to play in front of their home crowd. This year, they come in as the favorites, and now we're not sure if they're going to play in front of their home crowd. 0-2, and yet to play SK. I emphasize that. We'll take a short break and let the panel break that down and exactly what everything means.